A paint job on a car is more important than you think. Why? We're going to get into that later. We're on a mission to save Aussie cars, and today we're looking at Taylor Hicks's VP Calais. This thing is going to get pretty much a full restoration. So he won 10 grand on one of our giveaways, and he's chosen to paint the car. And we're also going to be doing an LS1 conversion, also known as the Gen 3 engine, which came out from VX to VZ in the Commodores, an American built motor. We're going to be stripping this whole car apart, and then we're heading over to Swaggys Panel Shop to see what kind of work they do there and the work they're going to do to this VP. But let me tell you a little bit about this story. So Taylor has had a pretty rough time since COVID. He said life's been really hard. He's had a rough time. He's been held at gunpoint. He's had his car stolen. He's had people come to his house and threaten him. But he's a hard-working Aussie bloke that's providing for his family. And this VP Calais has been his dream car for such a long time. He acquired it many years ago, but unfortunately recently, doing a gender reveal for his mate, done some damage to the engine. A suspected bent rod, which is compromising the performance. So Taylor, the winner of our second $10,000 giveaway, has decided to spend some money on the Castlemaine Rod Shop LS1 conversion kit for the VN and VP models, which comes with custom extractors and engine mounts. We'll show you more of that later. But firstly, we're going to show you when we first met him and when we saw the car for the first time, everything about this car that needs to be improved. The VP Commodore run for the shortest amount of time out of all the Commodore models. It came after the VN. It looks very similar with a few styling changes on the front and back and interior. But this one here is really special. It's the Calais. Calais being the top of the line luxury version of the Commodore. You can't actually refer to it as a Commodore. It pretty much is, but it's called the Calais. Some people call it a Calais. Not sure why it has an S on the end. It's a silent S. So this car has all the luxury creature comforts, power windows, climate control, premium interior, two-tone paint job. This one in the beautiful Alpine white over grey. And Taylor's a bit funky. He likes to run one set of wheels on one side of the car, which are tri-spokes, and then another set of aeros on the left-hand side. But he's also got a set of custom wheels coming up with this car, which are a bit of a surprise for later. Currently, this car's running the original 5-litre engine, but it's been stroked out to 5.7 litres with a 355, very common back in the day. And this one also has a supercharger bolted to the side of it. But as I said before, this car has had some engine damage. So this motor's coming out, it's going to get fixed up and rebuilt and probably put in another car. This is the current condition of the car. It's got the original paint job still, some little specks of rust coming through, and this is what we need to address. For this car to make it decades into the future, the paint seal must be perfect. Not only is it going to look amazing, but it's also going to preserve the metal underneath. That's the whole reason for a paint job to start with. So taking a look over the car, we noticed some dents on the rear quarter. The engine bay was done years ago, but it's going to get a full repaint. Even the interior needs a bit of love. So we're excited to show you a bit of a series of a complete before and after of what happens when you win one of our giveaways. And if you want to enter, all you got to do is buy a sticker pack, a hoodie, a t-shirt from our website, link in the description below. Taylor attempted to start up the car for the first time since the mechanical incident.
See if this thing will start. Should sound pretty angry. Hasn't started since he bent the rods. Oh.
So he was doing a gender reveal burnout, and for those who don't know what that is, it's when someone throws a party to reveal the gender of their baby. Since then, the car's been just parked, so we pulled the car out of the carport. I can't wait to see how good this car's going to look when it's all finished and done. But there's a tremendous amount of work to be done, which you'll see coming up. So we stayed with Taylor for over an hour, talking about life and how he has had a couple of rough years. We come up with a bit of an action plan of what we're going to do with the car. The first thing we need to do is strip this whole car back, take out the interior, the bumper bars off. But Taylor was in the middle of moving houses. So on another day, we caught up with him and his mates. Obviously, Taylor being a top Aussie bloke, has a great bunch of mates who are all into cars. We came over for a day to help him strip this thing apart. They took the tail shaft out, engine and gearbox out, stripped the interior completely, front and rear bumper bars off, badges off, all those little things to help this budget stretch. If the panel shop was to do this paint job from start to finish and the quality they're going to do, it could well blow the $10,000 budget that we have. Especially being a two-tone paint job, there's a lot more work involved. Plus the car needs some body repairs. And when those windscreens come out, we have no idea what's under there. So there could be rust repairs too. Taylor's got a couple of other awesome cars as well, including this VK project, which is well underway. And his partner also has this absolutely beautiful VP Calais International. Such a rare car in the beautiful dark blue. I don't know too much about these models. If you know anything about them, comment below. But Taylor said to us that they're almost halfway between a Calais and an SS. Notice the red stripes on the tail lights, just like the VP SS. The boys attempted to take the windscreen out at home, but it was a lot harder than they thought. We're gonna leave that to the professionals at Swaggys Paint Shop to get that done. So after the car was fully stripped and ready to head over to the panel shop, the tow truck picked it up and dropped it off at Swaggys Panel Shop in Bayswater, Melbourne, Victoria. But we got to meet Rodney, the owner, and the crew and see what they were up to with the body repairs. This car looks completely different. They've brought most of the car's panels back to bare metal because there was some filler work to do to get these panels straight again. I even jumped in and block sanded the door as well. One of the great things about Swaggys Panel Shop is they have a really fast turnover time. Some panel shops can have cars sitting there for years and years, but Swaggy is all about getting it done quickly without compromising quality. So let's have a quick chat to him now. All right, we're just walking up to Swaggy's Panel Shop. Hello.
So Taylor's car has come in with all the paint on the car. We've since taken the paint off. Where we're going to be putting any filler, we've removed all the paint because it's old acrylic paint and the filler doesn't like to stick to it. Over a couple of years you'll find it'll want to come away and have a problem. So we go back to bare metal, we do our filler work. Once we've squared it up and made it straight, we then put down an etch primer over top of that, followed by a high solid 2K primer. We then bake that out. We then block that down to make it straight, so it looks like a new panel again and everything's level. At each different stage, it's fully cleaned, fully masked up, ready for the next stage.
Swaggys Panel Shop doesn't only do full paint jobs, they also do insurance work, not at fault repairs, private jobs. Even if you have a little scuff on your bumper bar, hit them up for a quote if you want to get your project done. For example, this BF wagon that was getting a few touch-ups done, the rear bar repainted and the quarter panels done. I got to meet some of his awesome crew, which were really, really nice, and checked out some of their work, went into the paint booth. What an awesome bunch of guys. So the car at the moment is in bodywork stage. Once the bodywork's done, the car will be put in primer and then baked, and then after that the guys will put it into a guide coat, which is a black powder that goes on top of the primer, and then they'll block it back and sand out any other further imperfections, making sure this car is looking beautiful again. Not only is it going to look amazing, but it's also going to dramatically increase the value of this car and preserve it for many, many years to come, so Taylor and his family can enjoy it. So that's the stage we're up to at the moment. In the next coming episodes, we're going to be filming more of the progression of blocking back the car. We're going to see those new custom wheels that Taylor's got for the car. We're on a mission to save Aussie cars because they're good for mental health. It brings people together, gives us something to work on. And if you're into cars, it improves your mental health. You could have a really bad day and take your car for a cruise and just feel better in 5 minutes. As Taylor said, 5 minutes in his car is the same as 5 years of therapy. If you want to be in the next draw, it's super easy. All you got to do is go to the link, buy some merch from our website, and you're in the next draw. Or become a member and you'll never ever miss a draw either. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you soon.